I've learned a few things over the last nearly 40 years of service total, including teaching. And that's pretty impressive since I only claim to be 28 years old. So I wanted to share a couple of people that I have felt were people who really showed amazing leadership as a way of giving us all insights and some inspiration. First was Clyde Ballard, and he was Speaker of the House. And he told us that we all need to be focused on the people we served, to do our best, to stay connected, and that our word is our bond. Then there was Norm Mailing, who many of us knew as our county prosecutor. He was a man of compassion, integrity, a good listener, and somebody that everybody trusted. He brokered many difficult decisions, and he helped people to come to consensus. He had a heart that reached out to people, especially those in stress. He always had time to give advice, and he would often say, "We are the face of justice." Third was Larry Gossett. When Larry left, I remember that one of the things we said about him was he was the glue of the council, because he held us all together, and we loved him and admire him. He always was open with his open door policy and willing to listen and work on solutions. He also worked with several people on our central staff that I'd like to call out: Cliff Curry and Doug Stevenson. They were like the Bobbsey twins. They were connected and collaborated so well in seeking ways to improve our criminal justice system. They did extensive research on best practices and brought us ideas that Larry and I discussed for many hours and often implemented. These were the heart of people seeing the intersection of crime, poverty, and justice. And Larry's wife, Rhonda, who found jeans that Larry didn't even know he owned so that he could go out with me to my district to see the farms and some issues that he said, "These aren't happening in my hood." He cared deeply about each person, the district, and friendship. And then there's Julia Patterson, who served over the years as the chair of the council, chair of budget, chair of public health, and in each capacity, she brought strong leadership, focus, and direction. We made a pact when we first came as on the council that we would truly listen to each other, regardless of what party we were, to seek consensus as often as possible. We had long negotiations, and we created better legislation because of taking the time and hearing from so many aspects. And I think the citizens of this county benefited from that. We were even highlighted in a leadership book for our willingness and ability to do this collaborative governing. We decided to have a joint political fundraiser, and we even sent in all the details to the Guinness Book of Records to see if we could be listed in the Guinness Book. We weren't, but we had a good time. And the thing I learned from her is always to say, "What do you fear?" I would tell her, and she would say, "Well, I don't want that to happen either." And then we would fix it. So these are the qualities and examples of people and their fine leadership and their attributes. And I have been so blessed, and so have the lives of all the people in this county because of the good policies that we've worked together on. I want to thank the citizens of my district and also my staff, who has been wonderful and hardworking each day on the mission of service. First, I'd like to thank my chief of staff, Dylan Brown, who was amazing and devoted to always going above and beyond to serve. He brings his intelligence as well as his common sense and great people skills to all he does. Jackie White-LaCroix is my policy director, who has a keen eye for policy implications, a keen sense of humor, and a vast array of varied experiences. Alex Bochelsky is my legislative assistant, who kept me organized for the many, many committees I served on, and was gracious and helpful to all who contacted our office, both in person and by mail. He's another of my computer geniuses that kept my computers going. These people are an amazing team, always collaborated with each other, and are a pleasure to work with each and every day. And I wish them much success as they also move on to their new chapters. As you council members go forward, I hope that you will continue, I know you will continue to face many important issues. And there are three that I would like to very quickly talk about. Number one, I'm really glad that Dow has authorized the study on biosolids, as there are far greater technologies available. Two, the landfill issues, and as Deanna Dawson said, no conversation with Lambert can happen without talking about landfill. that there are more forms of wasted energy and options that will help with our climate and environment overall. And thirdly, it's important how we implement our new rules for law enforcement and hire a sheriff that will meet the needs of the entire county, as safety is such an integral part of the quality of life. I hope that true consensus and good research will be at the heart of each of these important issues, as the decisions may last for generations. I too move on to my next chapter, and I'll cherish the great people I have met and served with and the experiences and knowledge that I've gained. I'm thankful for the honor to have been part of helping to make people's lives better through service. In closing, I'd like to say the words of John Quincy Adams: always vote for principle. Though you may vote alone, you will cherish the sweet reflection that your vote was never lost. Thank you very much.